What if I told you you could have one wish? This wish can vary from something as small as you wanting your favorite sandwich from Jersey Mike's, or it could be as life-changing and as groundbreaking as you warping reality around you. Years ago, when the Traveler first came into the Sol system, these dragon-like beings, called the Ahamkara, or Wish Dragons, as they would soon come to be known, started to appear across the solar system. We didn't know much about them at the time, but not much time had passed until they were pretty much all extinct. All except for one. I was recently asked to do a video on how powerful Riven is, and that's exactly what I'm going to try to do today. So without further ado, let's get started. As I mentioned before, Riven of 1,000 Voices is an Ahamkara, or a Wish Dragon, the very last one to be exact. Years before the Dreaming City was even built, a young Uldren Sov came across Riven, who was attracted to his unfulfilled ambition. She ultimately allowed Uldren to present her as a gift to the Queen Mara Sov, who took a liking to Riven but was wary of her capabilities and how strong she could actually be. She immediately became a part of the Queen's entourage and one of the Awoken's closely kept secrets. Eventually, Mara Sov would use Riven and her ability to grant wishes to construct the Dreaming City. Riven, however, intentionally left weak spots in the Dreaming City during its construction for her own purposes. Mara Sov would eventually complete the construction of the Dreaming City by trapping Riven within the heart of it. Though she regularly visited Riven to make bargains to the aid of the Awoken, Mara Sov also constructed the Wish Wall in order to make bargaining with Riven safer. Before the events of Destiny 2, at the Battle of Saturn, the darkness from Oryx's Dreadnought took the Takens from battle, and the Taken were allowed to invade the Dreaming City. This would inadvertently reveal the position of Riven to Oryx, the consequences of which would result in the meeting of the two, where Oryx would partially take Riven. This somewhat robbed Riven of her own will, and her identity more or less seemed to correspond with that of the Taken King's will. That being said, this wouldn't be her last meeting with a Hive God. Years after we defeated Oryx, Savathûn the Witch Queen infiltrated the Dreaming City herself and revealed herself to Riven. Riven was directionless without the Taken King's influence and implored Savathûn to take his spot, and so she did, and for a time, Riven was a part of the Witch Queen's brood. So now that we got some backstory out of the way, let's get one thing clear. Riven, due to her being an Ahamkara, inherently transcends death itself. She's also a reality warper. Due to how the wishes work with the Ahamkara, they're able to warp reality itself to complete the wish of the user. This would also grant Riven immortality, seeing as though even if an Ahamkara's body is completely destroyed, their influence will still persist. She has other abilities such as extrasensory perception, shapeshifting, and power mimicry with a form of subjective reality. She can also manipulate causality itself with the ability to resurrect the dead. She also seems to be somewhat aware of her surroundings and the fact that she's in a video game. If you look at the Soda lore, or the Skull of Dire Ahamkara lore, she ends the lore tab by directly talking to the player. Oh, bearer mine, what kind of talking skull would address its host in that way? A stiff, stuck-up old fossil? Not me. Ahamkara, the illusion that one's ego depends on an object or an idea or a body. Some people say that you should have no Ahamkara. Some people say that you need to have the right Ahamkara. All I know is that you are not an illusion, understand? This world around you, the people you meet, they're a little thin, right? Cardboard and drywall, cheap theater. Come on, try it out. Say, I am more real than this. Feels good, doesn't it? I am the only real person here. Isn't it like their insults and their bullets just went a little soft? I came to find you, only you, because you're special. You're from somewhere real. And together we can burn our way back there. Can't we, oh player mine? Reading this would tell you that Riven and maybe other Ahamkara in the past might have had some sort of cosmic awareness that not even the Guardian has shown. Don't get it twisted though, Riven is one of the strongest characters in Destiny. I wouldn't say she's in the top 10, but I'd say that the lore tab at least makes a ton of sense, seeing as though Ikora, when she wished to learn more about the Ahamkara, she learned that the primary desire of an Ahamkara is to become more real and to transcend their reality in one way or another. The anathematic arc is what this path is referred to. Riven at least scales up to a full fire team of 6 post-Oryx Guardians, with their fight in the Dreaming City being a very difficult one for the Guardians to attain victory for. For speed at the very low end, she's at least Hypersonic Plus because she's able to keep up with Guardians who can manipulate lightning as well as dodge lasers. All of this coupled with the abilities we just mentioned and her incredible range, which is something that I didn't even mention before. With her able to attack on the Ascendant Plane, this should automatically get her to interdimensional with an incredibly high IQ. I'd say one blinding weakness about Riven is her excitement when it comes to making wishes, and her inability to overrule her own wishes' effects. In fact, this is how she was trapped in the Dreaming City for so long, because Marasov wished that she would be trapped within the heart of the Dreaming City, and she was stuck there for years. Anyways, if you have any interesting facts about Riven, or you think I missed something about the lore, please let me know. I want to learn more about this character, or about any character in Destiny. I don't like hoarding knowledge to myself, so if I have something that I know, I'd share it with you guys, and I'd hope you do the same. With that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Sub up, stay safe, and peace.